Welcome back to Gardens Oval. Final quarter of action about to get underway. Palmerston have broken from their huddle. St Mary's still locked in theirs, but won't be too far behind. Gives us a chance to quickly go through score and goal kickers at three-quarter time. St Mary's 15-11-101 in control. They lead by 50 points. Palmerston 8-3-51. Goal kickers for St Mary's. 3 each to Justin Wilson, Darren Ewing, Leroy Larson and Stephen Milne. Singles to Jackson Geary, Iggy Vallejo and Mark McLean. While for Palmerston, 3 goals to their big spearhead forward, Cameron Cloak, but he needed to kick about 30, you'd think, to win today. And singles to Leroy Jetta, Keaton Holt-Tubbs, Lachlan Durkay, Josh Bennett and Alwyn Davey in that third term. Dale Fletcher from NT News joins me today. Dale, the score for Palmerston at the moment, 8-3-51. The tale of this match can be told in St Mary's quarter-time score, 8-4-52. So they still lead Palmerston with their quarter-time score.
Yes, and it's an easy equation for all you mathematicians out there and all Magpies fans. They have to double their score, and St Mary's can't score.
And then they'd win by a point.
They win by a point, and it'd be one of the best NTFL comebacks in history.
And you would become a psychic down at the Nightcliff Markets tomorrow morning, telling the future for everyone. It would be an incredible performance from you as well, as we have a secondary stoppage in the middle of the ground.
I'd get the cross lotto numbers first, though.
Yeah, exactly. Ryan Smith over the top. Is that a throw? Yeah. Looks like it. Justin Wilson not getting away with that one.
Always looks hard done by Ferret, doesn't he?
Without fail. As Church pumps this one towards centre half forward. Cloak is there. Anthony Long got a hand on it, and then Ben Rioli upended as he kicked it towards Mackenzie and also towards the boundary line. Jack Williams got the handball out to Mark McLean towards Mackenzie again. They run out of room. Boundary throw in. Half forward for Palmerston. Need to start getting a move on if they're going to win this game. Do what Dale said, double their score and restrict St Mary's to nothing.
The one confidence boosting factor for Maggie's fans is that they're kicking to the scoring end.
True. And they got it inside 50. Anthony Long. It's been a very handy inclusion for St Mary's in recent times. He outworked the experienced Aaron Davey on that occasion, and they clear defence. Mark McLean takes a mark on the back edge of the centre square and then goes laterally to Shaq McKenzie. Speaking to Rick Nolan earlier in the week, Dale, and St Mary's, he says that he loves looking at the stats of his wingers. He wants to control the wings as they go inside 50. Ashraf Davies, the boy from Yarra Glen, shrugged his opponent, took the advantage and kicked it into the post. So a minus score.
Correct, question mark. High tackle.
And that kick in is no good. Shannon Rioli cuts it off.
Forward, and then in the comments, plus advantage.
Well, he's had a ton of it today, Shannon Rioli. And the man on the mark's had a ton of it too. So there are a lot of kicks between Mr. Jetta and Shannon Rioli today. Up
towards the top of the goal square. They fly. Raph Clark almost. And then out the back, McFarlane. And now a stoppage inside the goal square. 2 minutes gone. Final term on AFL NTV. St Mary's 15-12-102. Palmerston 8-3-51. And a quick kick from the congestion is a goal. Darren Ewing bangs it through. Goal number 4 for him. They're just
At 2:49 anyway.
they're just going to have a little chat about it to make sure 100% that this is a goal, and it is. So Darren Ewing, goal number 4 now. He becomes the leading goal kicker on the ground, as he just so often does. Somehow finds 4 goals in a game where you could say he hasn't had too much of an influence, Dale.
I would say that he's probably had 4 kicks for the day.
I spoke to him
4 for 4.
I spoke to him during the pre-match. Not very happy about making an appearance on DK and Gray, an unlicensed appearance.
What What bit wasn't he unhappy about? Was it the top half or the very ordinary bottom half?
There was no, that he just wasn't too happy about using the photo that we used on DK and Gray, but just being a bit controversial some weeks. As
Well, come on, Buff. I'll trade rigs with you any day of the week.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to have to admit that. As Alwyn Davey got it to his former Bombers teammate, his current Magpies teammate, Leroy Jetta.
How this man is not on an AFL list, I do not know.
He's had a ton of it. Went in the cloak direction. Aaron Davey there, so is Jack Williams, and Williams works it out of bounds. Boundary throw in the forward pocket for the Magpies here at Gardens Oval. 8-3-51 Palmerston. They've been comprehensively outplayed by St Mary's today. 16-12-108. Most of the damage done in the first term. If you've just joined us at quarter time, the margin was already 44 points as Brodie Bennett came third man up. Jack Long, though, got it to Shannon Rioli. Have a look at this. He's got running room. There's one bounce. There's two bounces. Didn't quite come back up to him. Can go over the top to McKenzie. This is what Rick Nolan talked about, controlling these wings. He goes further still towards Leroy Larson. Took the mark on the dive. There's a free kick, and it will be a free kick for the water carrier, I feel. Right involved. And so the water carrier, looks like it was a Palmerston water carrier anyway. Larson kicked up towards McFarlane, who takes a very strong grab inside 50. He'll go back and line up goal number 17 for the Saints and goal number 1 for himself today.
It's a bit of a disappointing free there against the water carriers. The volunteers are so much needed in football clubs, and you think anyone asks how we carry the water, and 99% of the people probably don't even know the rules, where to go. So
McFarlane misses to the right-hand side. Dale, I sort of feel that there is an obligation for the club to inform these guys, though.
Yeah.
And it does get dangerous. I think that was a correct free kick, personally. Water carrier involved on that occasion. But as you say, it is rough on the water carriers when they are volunteering. As Magpies bring it in. Bonadio, Jetta. Geez, he's had an absolute bucket load of the footy. He gets the 1-2 with Baden. He goes up towards Josh Bennett. And here we go, play on advantage. Jack Long got a free kick for Lejo. Baden tried to wrap him up, couldn't quite. Anthony Long got it away just in time. The kick wasn't great though. Pettigrew cuts it off inside 50 for the Magpies. Goes short and finds Johnson, who goes up towards the wing. Ashraf Davies, the boy from Yarra Glen, dropped a mark he would have liked to have taken. Then Baden was wrapped up by him. And now the umpire stalks the pack and calls for a ball up. It's about 70 metres out from the Saints' end of the ground. So Bonadio. Oh, what a big tap there from Keaton Holt-Tubbs. We saw Willie Farah do that last week. Not to any avail though. Bonadio around the corner. Milne got a bad bounce, just like that grand final 2010 it might have been. And now Shannon Rioli got it to Vallejo, who was running. Durkay almost claimed him, did enough to affect the kick though. Pettigrew was able to take the mark. That's a terrible clanger though. Got away with it through a clever kick off the ground, and now Church kicks out towards Alwyn Davey. That should be a free kick for a Shepherd. He didn't have eyes for the contest there, Alwyn. He hasn't had a good day today, I don't feel, by his standards, Dale.
Nah, Froggy, maybe a bit of pressure on him after being back page at NT News on Thursday.
Jeez, only the finest make it to the back page, Dale.
Indeed.
Oh, jeez. Classic. Peter McFarlane, he's wrapped up, and then the umpire pays that one as a throw. So free kick to Church. Plays on, kicks up towards the hot spot. Bennett's there, Cloak's there. No mark taken. Charlton White and Stapleton goes off the ground. It's line ball, and the boundary umpire was right on that line, and it went out of bounds on the full. So Charlton White takes the kick short towards Donald Mungatopi. He lost his footing, got to his feet, ran inside 50, took a second bounce, got around Geary, kicked on goal, and just about kicked a good goal, but couldn't quite in the end. just a minor score. First behind of the final term for the Magpies.
Can the DK player of the day actually be a behind? Because that actually was very good.
Lindsay Maureen almost did it. Jeddah, meantime, he got a hand on that kick in to affect it, then went around the corner and another behind. So 8-5. Plays at 16-13. St Mary's really controlling this one. Ben Rioli goes short. Anthony Long takes the mark. And then finds Iggy Vallejo. So Vallejo out of trouble to Guy Orton, who kept on running and then kicked up towards McFarlane on centre wing. Took a strong mark. Got it to Raf Clark. Releasing handball to Jack Williams. He was sort of never in control of the footy there and got boot to ball. Bronx cheers from the Palmerston crowd, but they don't really have too much to cheer about because he's destroyed them today. He's absolutely destroyed the Magpies.
Yes, it's probably the one negative of his whole game today, that kick there. So if you're going like that, you're playing a very good match.
Johnson, now Holt Tubbs, he's wrapped up. And another ball up, results. Almost 10 minutes gone, final term. Palmerston 8-5-53. They trail St Mary's 16-13, 109. The margin is 56 points at the moment. Bonadio got it out towards Justin Wilson. Kicked inside 50. Raf Clark, Callum Groves also there. Now Shannon Rioli. He starts it left and bends it back perfectly. Another goal to the Saints. That's goal number 17 for them. While for Shannon Rioli, that's his first of the afternoon.
And it caps off a great game for Shannon Rioli there. Very in and under, as you can tell by his green and gold uniform, but great game by Shannon Rioli today. Workmanlike, and to finish off with a goal like that is just icing on the cake. And really the Magpies have to stick with it here, otherwise St Mary's known to finish strong and finish very well, so Palmerston have to stay in the contest here, otherwise they could be losing by triple figures.
Well, margin already ugly, 17-13, 115 St Mary's. Palmerston 8-5-53, advantage given going the Magpies' way. Johnson inside 50, Josh Bennett took the mark, and it'll be a kick for Josh Bennett from 55 out if he wants to have a shot on goal.
Was that technically 50 metres for Ben Riol?
Well, I think Ben did it cleverly enough. So he threw the ball. The ball actually made contact with Josh Bennett, but he wasn't looking. So it was very cleverly done. Meantime, Josh Bennett from downtown bangs it through. It's a good goal for Josh Bennett. Good goal for the Magpies. It's going to be too little too late, though.
Yeah, no, definitely. Bennett, Josh Bennett and Cloak have been serviceable up there for the Maggies today. A 1-2 punch up there with their tall forwards, but just clearly haven't been given enough supply. The St Mary's midfield have been dominant, and the inside 50 stats would definitely favour the green and gold machine very much so. So Bennett and Cloak have done their job, but just not enough supply for mine, and that's why St Mary's lead by 56 points.
56 points, it's a big margin. It could have been a lot worse after leading by 44 points at quarter time, so really 2 goals the difference in favour of St Mary's after quarter time, but the game was won in that first quarter. As Saints go forward once again, Milne, his influence in the match has been very much subdued after half-time. He hasn't kicked a goal, which is a good effort from the Palmerston defence. He kicked 2 in the first term, 1 in the second term.
Now, when the game was there to be won, Milne was on fire, but as the sort of the zip has gone out of the game, Milne sort of faded, but when the game was there to be won, it was all class. There's clearly a blood rule here.
Not 100% sure who it is coming off. It might be Chuck Norris or Hunter. I can't quite see. Head in the towel. Or it might be Owen. Baden's the man that's going to come on. That's Tyron Baden. It's Elwyn Davey coming off, I think. Jeez.
Didn't pick it up on the screen, but Baden actually ran onto the field, not through the interchange gates.
Chuck Norris. No, sorry, who is this?
It is Chuck Norris.
So,
Bit of claret.
bit of claret flowing. So now, let's pick up play here. 14 minutes gone, final term. St Mary's going to go to their gala ball with a win on the board. Palmerston, unfortunately, not going to be able to do the same for their black and white ball, because at the moment it's St Mary's 17-13, 115 in control of the Magpies. 9-5-59 as we have another stoppage on the far side of the ground here on AFL NTV. Holt Tubbs went third man up, but St Mary's win the clearance. Geary, sweeping handball to Shaq McKenzie. Goes short towards Darren Ewing. He edged his opponent perfectly under the footy and then kicked a magnificent goal. Darren Ewing, goal number 5, and he extends in the Dennis Dunn Trophy once again.
Well, it's his 5th kick of the day, 5 goals, 5 for 5. You can just tell there was the presence and the poise, really, of Darren Ewing to know where the ball was going to drop. Worked his opponent, Martin, underneath the ball perfectly, dropped into his lap, swung around on the trusty left hoof, and kicked his 5th goal.
Darren Ewing, we've seen him do that so many times before, and he just continues to deliver. Another 5 goals for Darren Ewing, as the Palmy Army cheering about something. It's not about the footy. Might be something else as play continues from the stoppage. Just looking ahead to next week on AFL NTV, St Mary's taking on Buffaloes live from TIO Stadium. It'll be interesting to see how the Buffaloes go against this rampant St Mary's side, who have absolutely begun their finals assault as the Magpies go inside 50. Josh Bennett handballs backwards towards Brody Bennett, but Ashraf Davies, the boy from Yarra Glen, got on the end of it. His kick, though, didn't find a target. Broderick Church cuts things off. And now the Magpies back inside 50 once again towards Cameron Cloak. He can't take it. Bevan Charlton White, he can't take it either. It's still in dispute. And a free kick given. Advantage goes to Robert Forrest, who then kicks it up further afield, but Keaton Holt Tubbs stands in the way, and then a short one finds Brody Bennett. And now Bennett inside towards Josh Bennett, but punched away from him, and once again Forrest out of defence, and once again his kick is cut off. So a series of errors here.
I think the boys are playing for the siren. I think there's 36 guys out there that are absolutely buggered.
And there's still plenty of time. They've 16.5 minutes gone in the final term, so we've still got plenty of time. And now Kirsten Hunter is brought to a standstill almost by cramp, so he's given it to Aaron Davey to offload.
Well, this game really, 1 o'clock start, right in the stifling heat of the day. Can't get any hotter than lunchtime in Darwin, and it's been a brilliant day, but not much wind, so the heat is definitely a factor, and you can tell it now because there's a few sore boys out there.
There certainly is. So after this round, there'll be 4 rounds remaining, and it will mean that we'll follow this kick first. As Bennett, once again, from outside 50. He's already done it this quarter, can't quite do it again. So after this round, 4 rounds left, Dale, and St Mary's will be at least 10 points clear on the ladder, meaning that mathematically very unlikely to lose top spot, as we already know that they are quite unlikely. Bradley Mungatobi, meantime.
Well, it's really a good position to be in for Saints, especially coach Rick Nolan. Does he rest players? Does he manage players, or does he try and keep that winning formula together throughout the finals? It'll be interesting to see, though. I'd say stick to the game plan that they used last year. That was pretty effective.
Well, I think that the side is near enough full strength. The two to come in, Carl Lode, and of course the runner Cameron Eilert. As Church goes with the torpedo inside 50, Cloak flies from behind, brings it to ground. Forrest, though, got the releasing handball to Jack Williams, who goes up towards Shannon Rioli, tries to kick it off the ground. And then Bradley Mungatobi was in there. Callum Groves also there. Jesus, players just going down left, right and centre at the moment.
There's a
Brody Bennett.
I think he's holding his knee. It's already taped. He slipped there as he tried to jump up for that mark. So hopefully he hasn't done too much damage.
Aaron Davey short inside 50 to Josh Bennett. Make sure that he marks exactly where the mark is.
Well, he's marking the mark there because he knows he's right on his range here. Last kick he had was probably about 5 metres further out and it was 2 metres short. So this has to be centimetre perfect, this kick, to make the distance.
Once again, from right on the 50 paintwork, it looks like a pretty good kick. There's a free kick, is it? No, just a minus score. So once again, another minus score to the Magpies. 9-7-61. They trail by 60 points, 18-13, 121. St Mary's.
So even the Magpies team moving forward, Dave, they can't really think of too many players to come in except for the big man Dennis, probably Mark Hamilton. They'd be the only two.
Just about, you'd feel. Yeah, Matt Dennis is a big inclusion. Mark Hamilton, as you say, another big inclusion to bolster that forward line. Here's Donald Mungatobi, very close to the boundary line. Difficult kick and doesn't kick the goal in the end. Just a minor score to the right-hand side. Palmerston unlikely to move on the ladder after this round. You'd think, Dale. I think from memory. Actually, no, they could. They're sitting on 28 points at the moment, meaning that they are susceptible.
Yeah, if, the next game here, Buffalo Tiwi, obviously one of those sides will win unless we see the third draw of the season. So I think they will move up, one of those two teams, whoever gets the chocolates here this afternoon. But the race was pretty much second through to 7th is brilliant.
It's quite amazing, actually. If Tiwi and Wanderers win, Palmerston will be outside the 5 after this. After looking like they were going to cement possibly a top 3 position, if Tiwi and Wanderers wouldn't be able to win by enough for percentage, but Tiwi could easily replace Palmerston here if they beat Buffaloes in the next game.
Which is really why Maggies have got to finish off strong here, which they look like they're doing, because percentage is going to become a real factor, especially when it comes to that 3rd, 4th and 5th position.
Josh Bennett tried to pursue Ben Rioli, who ran out of room. So Southern Districts and Nightcliff will be playing for 2nd and 3rd spot. And of course St Mary's well clear on top of the ladder. They'll move to 14 points clear. And of course that will be subject to change considering the matches. Another free kick inside 50 here. And it's going to be a Magpies free kick to Charlton White. 22 minutes gone, final term on AFL NTV. We're just about finished here at Gardens Oval. ABC will be covering the Tiwi Buffalo, the Buffaloes versus Tiwi game. So we will be off air, unfortunately, after this game. But it's been a pleasure bringing you guys the footy once again, and we'll be back next week with Buffaloes and St Mary's as Charlton White comes in. He unloads from 45 metres out, and it's a pretty good kick. It's a goal.
Great goal there, Charlton White. Been a lot of goals from outside 50 to the right-hand end of screen today, so you think there'd be probably a 1 to 2 goal breeze to the right, but it was interesting. We're talking about the ladder, and I think the finals are going to start 2 or 3 weeks before the actual finals start, because the battle to actually make the 5 is going to be even probably more interesting than the finals themselves. There'll be a few teams there that make the 5, and they'll probably run out of gas and get knocked out in straight sets. So the last month of this season is going to be very interesting.
I'm going to put it on the record now. Just wait until this transitional play is brought to a standstill as they all gather at half forward. It's still in dispute. It might be another chance for Jeddah. Round on the right foot. Bouncing ball towards the boundary line. Anstez. Clever handball finds Jack Long. And then goes up towards Shannon Rioli. Out of bounds on the full. I think Tiwi Bombers will make the grand final, Dale.
Oh.
I think that Tiwi will play St Mary's in the grand final.
Well. Geez, what's the time? It's January the 17th, 3:24 p.m. Everyone write that down. The book Tiwi in the grand final. It's interesting because Graham Morris think the black and white team here on screen, the Magpies, will be in the grand final.
I think the Bombers just have that ability, that scoring ability to outscore any other team. And I think that they've really started to work that back line out. Nunkara, Palapamini, Mullins, Billy Barden back into the side. But we'll keep a track of this game. Bevan Charlton White from 35 out. Another straight kick for the big fella. He kicks his second of the final quarter. But it's all in junk time. The Magpies nowhere near it today, unfortunately for their supporters. 11-8-74. They trail St Mary's. 18-13, 121.
So since quarter time, it's been Palmerston have kicked 10 goals, 6, and St Mary's have kicked 10 goals, 9.
Amazing.
So maybe next time, I know Dean Rioli will be back, so he'll probably have a bit of a more stern pre-game address, but maybe play a quarter of footy on the back oval for the Maggie start. That could be a game plan.
It was just a terrible start for the Magpies, and as you say, they never really looked like they were going to get back into it, but they fought on well to maintain the margin after quarter time, as a good juggling mark is taken inside 50 by Luke Stapleton. He's already jogging back on his approach. He's still ready to go. Kicks up towards Ewing at the top of the square. Can't take the mark. Free kick though. And it's going to go to the Magpies.
No, definitely was a free to the Magpies because there was no boos or hisses in the crowd.
Here's Durkay to Aaron Davey. 26 minutes gone, final term. And the margin is 47 points. And that's the final margin here at Gardens. It's St Mary's big winners, 18-13, 121. They defeat Palmerston, 11-8-74. We'll quickly go through the goal kickers. Darren Ewing kicked 5 for St Mary's, 3 each to Justin Wilson, Leroy Larson, and Stephen Milne. Singles to Mark McLean, Iggy Vallejo, Shannon Rioli, and Jackson Geary. While for Palmerston, 3 goals to Cameron Cloak, 2 each to Bevan Charlton White and Josh Bennett. Singles to Leroy Jeddah, Keaton Holt Tubbs, and Alwyn Davey. And as we say, final score here at Gardens, it's St Mary's big winners, winning this one by 47 points. So from us here at AFL NTV, we'll just get some closing thoughts quickly from Dale Fletcher from NT News. Dale?
Yeah, no, it's just as we've been saying throughout the whole broadcast, the first 15 minutes really won Saints the game. They kicked the first 6 goals, 8 of the first 9 in the first quarter, and that was the margin. So St Mary's really flexed their muscles when it mattered most in the opening clinches, and that was enough for them to get the points and to continue sitting pretty on the top of the NTFL ladder.
Yeah, they certainly are sitting pretty, and as we speak, they're 14 points clear on top of the ladder. It's been a pleasure bringing you the coverage on AFL NTV. Wherever you're watching around the world, Reykjavik to Rotorua, hope you've enjoyed the coverage. Big shout out to Kick Digital, the team there, Mark Knudsen and Sean also. Thanks very much for your help today, and thanks very much for everyone that's watched on AFL NTV. Back next week, St Mary's taking on Buffaloes. Make sure you join us then.